up real fast. Okay. Everything in this universe is a relationship. Okay, you have a relationship to your parents, to food, to money, to your friends, to your relationship with yourself. All of these things are relationships that you must learn how to securely attach to live a healthy and fulfilled life. This will open the gateway to your abundance, to your freedom, to your overall happiness as a person, because you are not only working on a relationship with yourself, you're also working on a relationship with Source, with your romantic partner. The layers just go farther and farther down. And even though the book Attached by Amir Levine focuses on romantic relationships, if you understand how to securely attach to money, to the prospect of yourself, to the universe, to divine, you will find that you will go greater and do more in your life. So in this video, I'm going to teach you the 5 principles that make you a securely attached person. And this is just in a romantic sense because it came from the book Attached. But always remember that you can take this knowledge and apply it and almost personify these things that you want. Personify yourself as another individual to build a secure relationship. Personify the divine to say, hey, I'm going to communicate with you and have this great relationship with you. Personify money so you understand why you feel anxious or why you feel avoidant or why you are not fully attaching and being able to step into your most free and abundant self. So let's get into it. The first principle to follow as a securely attached individual is to be open and available. Now, I'm going to take this in the prospects of, let's say, food, right? You want to repair your relationship with food, okay? And in order to be open and available to this is to be open and available to different foods, different cuisines, different types of way of preparing food, different ways of getting your food. You have to open the avenues and be available to all insights and all knowledge that comes to you as this. And this is very important in a relationship. So actually talking with a relationship with your partner, you have to be available for their needs, for when they're in trouble, when they need someone, a shoulder to cry on, and always be open to the ideas that they bring to you and the ways they want to collaborate with you. And this is the same with, let's say, the divine consciousness, being a co-creator. You have to be open to the possibility of having so many opportunities come to you, so many things be available to you. But if you're closed off and you're scared and you can't attach to the divine in a secure way, you will always close off your energy and you will never be open and receptive to receive things that the divine wants to give you, that co-creator part of you wants to give you, that abundance, that love, that freedom. But since you are not secure within oneself, within your relationship with yourself, how can you then be secure and open to the divine? The next principle is know and focus on your needs. Now, this is all going to go back into knowing yourself, repairing the relationship with yourself. Because when you know and understand your needs, you know and understand your flaws and the things that make you uniquely you. Because your flaws really aren't flaws at all, are they? They're more of just quirks that you have, period. It's just what makes you you. And because they're not like other people, people like to call them flaws, or society likes to call them flaws, but really they're just you. But having that understanding, knowing that maybe you are a little more sensitive, maybe you are a little more empathic, maybe you are a little more logical, less emotional, knowing these things about yourself will only better help you show up in any arena or in any realm of anything. Because it's like, you know who you are. You don't have to explain yourself. You just say, this is who I am. You're going to take it or leave it. And if you can't give me my needs or give me what I want, I'll leave, because I give it to myself, because I know myself. I know this is not something that I can negotiate with. Other things you can compromise, other things you can learn, be available, be open, be receptive to it. Again, the first principle of being secure. There are many things we can be flexible on, but knowing your needs, what you need, okay? And there's nothing wrong with having needs. Needs are valid, period. You knowing that those are uncompromisable things and knowing this about yourself and standing firm in that will make you a more secure person, will make people respect you so much more, because they know you have boundaries and they know they can't test you. And again, you know that this person or this relationship that you're going to have, if you can securely attach to it, if you don't let it push your boundaries, it will then respect you. The next thing is be specific, okay? A lot of times when problem arises or things happen, we're not specific with what is going on. Meaning, like, let's say you and you, right? You're going on with this issue and you're placing blame on yourself. You're like, you're worthless, you're stupid because of what happened to you this many years ago. This is why we're acting like this. No, that's first of all, that's very counterintuitive and not helpful. Being specific is saying, hey, I know we're feeling a little disappointed about our performance, but just know that this does not define who you are. There's no room for any misinterpretation saying, I'm feeling disappointed, now we must take new steps into it. When we try to put too many things into one category, or we try to be very vague about certain things and we're not specific about what actually happened in the way that you're feeling. So remember, this is how you're specific in a relationship. You defined what happened and how you felt about it, or what action, how you felt about it. So there's no discombobulation, no blaming, like, because you did this and you. No, I am feeling blank because of this, period. That's it. You're not calling this person a bad person, you're not calling yourself a bad person, you're not calling yourself unworthy, you're not saying this is someone else's fault. You're just saying, this is exactly how I'm feeling. How can we solve it? How can we bring solutions to it? That's another principle that is very, very specific to being a secured person, is focusing on the solution and not the problem. And you have to do that in all relationships. If you feel like your health isn't where it's supposed to be, your finances isn't where it's supposed to be, don't beat yourself up about it and be like, well, it's because you're lazy and you're this, that, and the other. You're not helping yourself, you're not growing yourself, you're not securely attaching, you're just reinforcing this anxiety or this avoidant behavior that you're having with it, with whatever problem that you're occurring with. Instead of saying, this is our problem and now let's find the solutions. Don't attach negative connotations or negative judgments on yourself about those things. Just be specific about what the solution is and then break it down in a logical and almost detached way to get towards your solution. Which brings me to my next point, which is, don't blame. You cannot blame when you are reciting problems. You can't say, because you did this and because my mom is this and because the world is this. No, no, no. Because I'm stupid. Because again, that's another way to place blame, is to carry on these negative stories that you have about yourself and then reinforce them, relive them, re-bring them up, re-crucify yourself. No, just keep on. It's like nah, 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 nah. Like, no, just ease it, quiet it. Just know that this issue or this problem, this conflict that you're having with whatever it is not something that makes you a bad person or makes you unworthy of those things. It's just saying, these are the things that we have to focus. This is the problem, and we will find the solution, because we know that the solution is not attached to our identity, because we're secure in ourselves and we just say, hey, there's a hole in my boat. Just because there's a hole in the boat doesn't mean that the boat is garbage. You know what I'm saying? The leak could sink your boat potentially, of course. That's why you have to address it, but do not address it with judgment and say, well, now the whole boat is trash. Now I'm trash. Now my life is nothing. Now all my relationships are going to be garbage. Who is that helping? Nobody. So to be a securely attached person, it's saying, I am intrinsically valuable. I know who I am. I know my needs. I am open to growing and developing and being this person. But at the same time, when a conflict does arise, I can be specific and I will not blame anyone. It's just saying, what can I do as my own powerful, unique self? Try to alleviate some of this issue. And that's all there is to it. The last thing to have a secure relationship is being unapologetically assertive. There is nothing wrong with saying, I have needs. There's nothing wrong with expressing your vulnerabilities. Just do it without saying sorry, because someone will understand your needs. Let's actually take this one specifically about with the divine, your relationship with the divine, and God consciousness, or whatever that thing is that you want to believe in that gives you this internal power, this unseen energy that we feel. When you are assertive with the divine, they will listen to you. The whole reason why we feel like we're out of control and we feel like things aren't going away, or maybe the divine isn't with you, is because you're not being assertive enough, because you don't value yourself enough, because you're not securely attached. Because when You are afraid to be unapologetically assertive. If you are anxious, which or you have abandonment wounds, right? You feel afraid to do those things because you're afraid to lose something or to lose someone or you're not going to have the support. The divine only wants to follow, only wants to serve you. So if you are clear and specific and you are not apologetic about what the things that you want, you will get it. This is why people say like, "Oh, this is why narcissists succeed." Well, duh, they're so clear cut and specific and they know like this is what I want, this is what I demand. And some people are like that's bad, that you're harming other people. There are some negative qualities that can happen. But how much you know that narcissists usually get what they want because they're assertive and they're unapologetic about it? Again, I'm not saying go off and be a narcissist. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there is value in the fact of just saying, this is what I want, and I'm not going to settle for less. And because we're so caught up in our relationships with everything, relationship with ourselves, we're so quick on negativity, or maybe it doesn't materialize as fast as we wanted to, then we go back on our boundaries. Then we start going this way, that way. Maybe our focus is wrong. Maybe this. And we're all sporadic. When really just stay assertive, unapologetically assertive with your needs, which again goes back to knowing your needs, knowing and focusing on your needs before you can really unapologetically assertive in the things that you want. You have to understand that the universe will not give you something that you have not already given yourself. So again, this is why you must securely attach within yourself. Because securely attaching brings on this paradox called the dependency paradox. The more you depend on something, it's almost like the more independent you become. Because like you always know that there's a net behind you that's going to catch you. And it starts with yourself. It starts with knowing yourself, trusting in yourself, building these little beliefs about yourself so that when you do become unapologetically assertive, you don't feel bad about it and you don't feel like your needs aren't worthy of being met. Because when you know your needs, you're specific about them, and then you tell people exactly what they are. You tell divine exactly what they are, and you will not settle for less. And they will say, here you go. Case in point. And if they can't provide it for you, they will leave. But remember, whatever is meant for you will come to you, no matter what shape, size, form, or timeline it will come, because it's meant for you. If something's not meant for you, it's gonna go to the wayside, and that's a good thing because it's weaning out what you don't want, so you can find out what you do want.